Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm going to make an inclined shoulder and hem fan folded shirt. As usual, the shirt was washed and dried. I soaked it in a soda ash solution for 20 to 30 minutes. Then I wrung it out of my Panda spin dryer so it's just barely damp. So to begin, I'm going to fold the shirt in half. And I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, so I didn't center the shirt, but if I make this shirt again, I probably will. Now I'm going to take the hem or the bottom of the shirt and fold it up to the neck or the top of the shirt. Using a straight edge and a washable marker, I'm going to mark the middle of this area and then use a piece of kite string in the washable marker to draw an arc onto the shirt. Now I'm going to fan fold this line. I wasn't happy with my fan folds, and so I unfolded them and folded them again. Once I have the folds the way that I like, I'm going to hold them in place with some kite string. On either side of this initial line, I'm going to straighten the fan folds and continue tying with kite string. Like I said earlier, this is a fold that I've never done before. I made a shirt that was similar, that was an inclined shoulder fan shirt. And I think that one ended up looking kind of like wings. I'll leave a link to that video below this one in the description. Okay, so I'm ready to begin applying the dye. Since I'm going to incline ice dye this shirt, I've placed the shirt down inside of a piece of vinyl guttering, and for now I have it laying flat on my workspace. I'm beginning down at the very end with strong navy from Custom Colors. As I apply the dye, I'm taking the back of my spoon and kind of smoothing it into the shirt a little bit. The next color I'm applying is Navy from Pro Chemical and Dye, followed by Sky Blue from Dharma Trading Company, I'm going to place thin lines of the navy in between each of the wider lines of the other blue colors. So right outside of the sky blue, I'm going to add another thin line of the navy. Then I'm going further down the shirt and adding another thin line of navy. I'm going to do that a couple more times. In the next section, I'm using Periwinkle from Dharma Trading Company. And I'm going to add the periwinkle in the very end section as well. I'm adding strong turquoise to one of the remaining sections, and I'm going to add sky blue to the other. Now I'm going to add an additional sprinkle of soda ash over the top of the dye, just to make sure that as the ice melts and runs through the shirt, I still have some soda ash that remains in the shirt to react with the dye. And then I'm going to load on the ice. I still have the shirt laying flat on my table. To incline the shirt, I'm going to take one end of this vinyl guttering. In this case, it's going to be the end that's on the right side of the screen, and I'm going to place it down inside of the bottom of the plastic tub or tote. I'm going to leave the other end of the vinyl guttering hanging over the edge. So that's going to incline the shirt. In this case, the top or the initial line that I drew on the shoulder, that's the part of the shirt that's up. The middle of the shirt is what's at the bottom of the tote. I'm going to add a little bit more additional ice, and then I'm going to set the shirt aside and allow the ice to melt. I came back after the first layer of ice had melted. I got a little busy, so it was probably about 12 hours later, and checked the shirt. I gently lifted up the top portion of the shirt to see whether or not the dye had gone all the way through to the back side. It had done pretty well everywhere except right at this very end. Because the fold was so thick and because of the incline, there wasn't a lot of dye right on the very end portion. So I added a little bit more of the strong turquoise from Custom Colors right on the very end, another small sprinkle of soda ash over the top of it, and I added another layer of ice to the entire shirt. There was still quite a bit of the blue dye on the other areas of the shirt that hadn't dissolved, so I thought I would go ahead and force a little bit more of that dye through the shirt with an additional layer of ice. Then I set the shirt aside and allowed it to process for 24 hours after this second layer of ice melted. To begin the rinse out process, I took the shirt to my utility sink and started rinsing it in cold water. I rinse in cold water to rinse out any of the soda ash that is remaining in the shirt. Then I gradually warm the water up to hot and continued rinsing to rinse out any of the excess dye that didn't bond with the shirt. Since there was quite a bit of dye that was still coming out of the shirt, I decided to go ahead and soak the shirt. I added some hot water to my sink, put a little squirt of Blue Dawn dish detergent down into the water, and placed the shirt inside the hot water. I allowed it to soak until the water got cold, and then I changed out the water and continued that process until the water was almost clear. It took quite a few soakings to get out most of that excess dye. Then I put the shirt in the washing machine and I washed it using a hot cycle and some Dharma's textile detergent. After the shirt was washed and dried, this is what it looks like. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the way this shirt turned out. It kind of turned out the way I had it envisioned in my head. I always love the effect that an incline gives, so I love the streaks going down the shirt. And I think the blues work really well together. The purple that you see in the shirt came off of the periwinkle from Dharma, and I like that additional purple added into the shirt. I also got by without centering the shirt, so that's probably not something I'm going to be daring enough to try again with this design, but it worked out this time. If I would have used a different color palette, or if things would have gone a little differently though, you might be able to tell a bigger difference between the right and left side of the shirt. If you're unsure what I mean about centering a shirt or how to center a shirt, I have a link to another video down below this one in the description for how to center a shirt. I like the way all the blues work so well together, but I might try this using a different color palette. What do you guys think? Do you like the shirt? Do you like the design? If you all have enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, I sure would appreciate it if you'd like my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.